Welcome to Messin' Around Mondays, a very special episode today. Today is our 50th episode of the Next Got podcast. So thank you for celebrating with us today. We have a special episode planned. We've got some looking back to do on some of our best moments of the pod so far. We have a shortened draft today of some of the best 50s. The criteria is still a little questionable, so that's going to be a wild draft, I think, once we get there. We kind of had an idea, and we're like, I'm not sure how this is going to work, but I think we're just going to roll with it. And so that's coming at you. We have some trivia with Messin. I think it's going to be excellent, as always. It's kind of some history with Messin. I feel like we can lump that into the history with Messin category.
A little of both.
Perhaps. Listen, to all the listeners out there, if you enjoy an episode where your boy Messin gets made fun of a lot, this is the episode to listen to. Happy 50th episode, everybody.
Okay, listen. Messin has shown a lot of growth through the 50 episodes, especially in his drafting expertise, I think.
I appreciate it. Is that a compliment? I don't know,
yes,
but I'm going to take it as one. All right.
Messin received a lot of grief early on for his drafting abilities. Rightfully so, but we're going to talk about it. I think the last couple of drafts have been much better, Messin.
Thank you.
I think you've really grown in your ability to draft well.
I appreciate that. But now we're going
to draft picks don't define you, Messin.
We're basically almost dedicating a whole episode to my bad picks.
Not a whole episode, just one segment, Messin. It's fine.
You're right. It will probably trickle into the other segments. I could just see it happening now.
It's fine, Messin.
And to close out the episode, let's just talk about one more pick that was really bad about Messin. That would be at the end, probably. I could see that happening.
While we're at it, let's just mention that this is a clean podcast today as well.
Yeah, let's try to keep it PG for the kids at home.
This is for everybody this is for all three of us, not just one of us, but just to make sure we all realize this, we're going to keep it PG today. Okay?
I don't think that was geared towards me at all.
I'm just joking.
It was an accident.
It was to clear the record. It was an accident, everybody. It's fine. It's just a joke. Okay. So how are we feeling 50 episodes in, everybody? How are we? Let's do some introspection, reflection. How do we feel after 50 episodes? Messin?
Well, I've listened back to the first episode and I was not comfortable in front of a mic. I am comfortable in front of a mic and I say things just off the rip that can be clipped later and be pretty entertaining. So I feel like I kind of went in my shell at the very beginning, and now look at me.
Look at you now.
Look at me now. But no, it's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I have not missed an episode. I will be missing an episode or two for Jill and I's. I keep saying honeymoon when I tell people, but we're going up on our 1 year anniversary here in a week. So I will be missing an episode, but I got to the 50th episode without missing one, but I will
Perfect attendance.
But that's my little overview. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Tens. How are we doing? 50 episodes.
50 episodes. I have successfully ticked off a lot of people online. I wear it as a badge of honor.
Josh Allen, Bills fans specifically.
Josh Allen's Bills fans. Yep, they don't like me.
Italians.
The Italians know they're annoying.
Oh no,
they haven't come for me yet.
He's like quadrupled down. Who else?
I'll tell you what.
Swiftie fans.
A
Dolly
big
Parton
fan group I didn't think would come for me as hard as I did was Milky Way. People were really mad about the Milky Way draft. Worst Halloween candies. I took Milky Way. A lot of people didn't like that. But yeah, no, it's fun. I was going through the clips. I think my favorite clip is I gave the dating advice at the fair for the Ferris wheel.
Yeah,
that still pops up on my TikTok every once in a while. I'm just scrolling and I'll randomly I'm like, why do I see myself? Oh, there I am saying something halfway funny. So it's been good. It's been fun. 50 down, 50,000 to go.
Let's get it. Yeah, it's been great. Been a lot of fun. Mason.
And I will say that there has been a lot of fun outside the podcast as well. We get a lot of backlash or support. I have a couple. I have the president of the fan base, the Messin fan club.
You do.
Cody, you know who you are. I get some people that give me a little more backlash on my drafts, but we have a lot of fun, not just while we're recording, but we get some interaction, whether we're just out hanging out with people and they talk about it, or on social media. So
yeah, shout out to all our fans who engage with us online and in person or text us after. It makes a lot of fun to take it like Mason said, outside of the pod to people that we know in the real world and things like that. So that's a lot of fun. I agree.
One of the reasons why we do it, baby.
And the Mason fan club especially.
Yeah, that's right. Mason fan club is
they're ride or die. Let me tell you,
they are.
I think Mason has gained fans. Tinsley has gained haters. I think Mason's gained fan club. So we will talk about some bad Mason picks, but Mason I think does have he has the strongest fan base of everybody. So take that for what you will.
Yeah, I have no ride or dies from the pod. Even my own wife doesn't support half the things I say or pick. I think she's voted for me twice ever. So I'm just an army of one. That's fine. I got it. I'm here. They haven't muted me yet, so
they will never mute him. Okay, well, we do have a pretty packed episode today, actually. We are going to cover some press releases, a lot of stuff in the news this week, a lot of stuff happening around the world as we kind of come back into our new normal of the new year in 2024. So we can go ahead and cover some press releases before we get to some of our other 50th anniversary episode related activities later on. So, Tins, did you have a press release for today?
Yeah. So this one, if you're on Twitter, if you're a fan of the Barstool universe, Jersey Jerry is a character that works for Barstool, content creator. He's a pretty funny guy, big Steelers fan. He has recently started a show, Jerry After Dark, on Tuesdays, where they kind of live stream him doing different challenges or something until he's finished, and they're pretty entertaining. He's a wild guy. He will let them do anything to him. Like one stream, he wore a dog shock collar, and anytime he didn't do something correct on the challenge, he was shocked.
There you go.
Just good, clean American fun right there. This last Tuesday, first stream back after the holiday break, they have a golf simulator at their Chicago office. So he decided he was going to do a hole-in-one challenge. Not leave the stream until he hit a hole-in-one. He thought, I'll be there 3, maybe 4 hours. After 36 hours, he finally hits the hole-in-one.
Insanity.
He slept there. Was on live streams the whole time. Just all around, the dedication is amazing. It was very entertaining. So when I was working early mornings this week and during the streams, I would just like click it and watch it for a few minutes, and he's trying to hit a hole-in-one on the golf simulator at 4 a.m. And there was like 4,000 people watching in the middle of the night. It got up to 100,000 concurrent views at one point. Tom Brady was tweeting about it. PGA Golf. It became very viral very quick. So it was fun. It's a cool thing. I don't know that I could ever do it. He took like 2,600 shots.
Yeah,
that's crazy. He's probably super sore, honestly.
Yeah, like he got chiropractors to come in a couple times while he was doing it. He got an IV at one point. It was pretty funny stuff.
So I saw some stats and some data on this. It says there were 20,800 Twitter posts mentioning Jerry over the last 48 hours.
Yeah.
After it happened, and it said that those posts totaled 125 million impressions.
Gosh, he's gonna get a nice
Twitter,
check from Elon,
which is like over $3 million in like value on social media.
It's crazy. Yeah. Holy cow!
By hitting some golf balls poorly, mostly
poorly. Yes.
We need to take a page out of the book here. Like we got to come up with something wild and crazy. Zach did
gonna do it.
I don't know about that specifically. If there's videos out there of me at Top Golf, and it's probably more embarrassing than Jerry's swing. So,
let's
but
just stream Fortnite until we get a win.
Well, that may take 36 hours as well. But listen, Zach told the fan base, the Next Guy Up podcast fan base, that we were going to blow something up, maybe.
Yeah,
and maybe. To my knowledge, we have nothing to blow up. So I apologize to the fan base, unless Zach like pulls out a firecracker out of his pocket or something and blows something up.
Yeah, we had a whole episode.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. We do. Not wrong.
We should stream some Fortnite at some point. We've been requested actually by some of you out there. It would last night we played a little bit, and with one of our friends, Matthias, and it just ended up us losing a lot very quickly.
Yeah,
my brother did say that my stream was the most entertaining to watch. Sorry, Tins.
Turns out we're not very good.
Turns out. I was just saying, Fortnite on a Friday night is maybe not the move for us. We're more of a in the morning kind of player.
Sunday morning, yeah, so a good Sunday at 6:30 a.m. something like that. That's probably the move.
I also think Fortnite is back. Isn't that crazy?
It's so back. I mean, it was.
I feel like it almost died, and then it was kind of back. Yeah.
Okay. Quick question: bigger comeback, Crocs or Fortnite?
I feel like Crocs never really went away.
Oh, they went away. I think they went bankrupt. They went out of business, right? Didn't we
Crocs are definitely back, but that's a good question, Mason. That's a tough one.
I feel like Crocs maybe went away. I feel like people were probably still wearing them, the diehard fans, but I feel like it was a trend and then not a trend, and now every middle school kid is wearing Crocs.
You can't confirm. Yeah. There you go.
Zach, you got a lot of press releases. Oh, go ahead, Tins.
Nope. I was going to say that's all I had. Shout out Jersey Jerry. Shout out. We're going to come for your Tuesday night streams and take all your viewers.
So I do have a couple. I kind of have a bunch of rapid fire ones that I've stumbled across this week that I thought was pretty interesting. And so this is going to be a volume shooter type press release from me today. First, an Alaskan Airlines flight had to emergency land after one of the doors ripped off of it. And I read that the people who were supposed to be sitting in the seats with the door ripped off, like they canceled their flight last minute. But there's videos of inside, like with just a gaping hole in the plane as they're turning around, and everyone's just kind of chilling, and there's just a huge gaping hole in the plane. There's not a lot of things that are more scary than like something crazy bad happening while you're in a plane in the air. Flying is like kind of naturally one of those pretty scary things, but that is terrifying.
Did they look into the people that canceled last minute? Like, that's got to be... Is that like a suspicious thing? Yeah. Which Zach has a lot of them right now. Zach is conspiracy theory 101 over here.
It's like a Final Destination situation where they're like, they're due now?
Oh, no, because they cheated death?
Could be. Think about that. Those guys need to watch out.
They don't need to be driving behind any log semis.
Unless you want to be fearful of living for the rest of your life, don't watch those movies. I know they've been out for like ever, but
fearful of
it's
living.
Like, oh, I can't make coffee anymore because the one on Final Destination blew up and
for sure out.
Yeah, roller coasters. Yeah. Well, that's why Tinsley doesn't get on them. Well, there's many reasons, but he's not a roller coaster fan.
Yeah,
a lot of reasons.
I hate roller coasters with a passion.
I actually saw another stat about planes. This is just for free. That there have actually been zero, like deaths related to plane crashes in the past 15 years for U.S. flights.
Wow,
none. Commercial airlines, commercial flights. So not private flights, but if you're flying in a commercial airline, there have been no deaths related to plane crashes in the last 15 years. So as dangerous as we think about planes being, in reality, they're pretty safe.
You get in a car every single day. I'd like to know the ratio on that.
Much worse. It's much worse.
Much worse.
I mean, getting struck by lightning is much worse, or getting eaten by a bear is much higher odds of dying than on a plane at this point, if you're on a commercial plane. So
unless you're Leonardo DiCaprio on Revenant, then
Well,
you
he
got
lived.
past the
Spoiler
yeah,
alert.
exactly. Oh no, I was saying he didn't
Maybe not
die.
15
So
years. Maybe it was the last like 10 years. I'm trying to remember the number I saw. Okay. So next we have a couple other little things. This is purely conspiracy theory adjacent. So take this for what it was. There was a situation in Miami. It was like 2 nights ago where it's outside of a shopping mall, and there were like you can see videos where there's like quite literally like hundreds of police cars around this mall, and people are wondering what's going on there because there wasn't. They claim it was like 4 teenagers got in a fight. Maybe one of them shot a gun. All of a sudden, they had police everywhere. A lot of people aren't buying that. Some people around the Miami Mall says that their phone lines went down, their internets went down during the same time period. There's not a lot of visuals from the scene. Some people are thinking there was something more nefarious going on. I think aliens have been thrown around some.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
saying, some alien activity. Miami would be a good spot for it. So, just something to consider. Look up a video of it, though. There's a video from like a hotel overlooking it, and there is an astronomical amount of cars, of police cars there. Like, what, for just a couple of teenagers messing around, that does not seem likely. So, conspiracy theory corner there. Maybe alien activity in Miami.
There's something's going on. I don't know what, but something. Need to get some private investigators on the case. Maybe we need to go down to Miami this week.
Somebody look into that.
road trip.
I'm gonna send it to both of you if you haven't seen the video yet. Mason, look into that. Okay, next we're running through it. Mason, did you have something else to say about the aliens?
I was just wondering if you saw the amount of cop cars there. And if you're a criminal, are you not like, oh, I could literally go do anything right now? Because that's probably every single cop in Miami.
What I don't get is everything is recorded on everyone's phones now. Literally, you can't do anything without it ending up on TikTok or Instagram. And if it was a group of teenagers doing what I've heard is fireworks fight in the middle of the mall, none of them went live on TikTok. None of them. No one did. Like, I'm sorry.
Something we would have done.
It's just wild that anytime we're talking about aliens, any video that does come out, it looks like it's from our flip phones when we were in middle school.
It's weird stuff.
And then everything else that happens in America is on high def iPhone HD 50,000.
Something to consider.
Maybe it's just a cover up from the media because some other stuff's going on.
Maybe aliens don't show up on camera like ghosts.
Now we're talking about third dimensional beings.
Yeah, true.
Not even aliens.
Okay, well, there's your conspiracy theory corner. Something else that there's some conspiracies around. Not really. A 13-year-old has beat Tetris, first person ever.
I was interested to hear about this.
So a 13-year-old, you literally play Tetris long enough to where the game is like, you won, it's over, and like it shuts down. And he's the first person ever to do this. Apparently, it's been a big deal for a long time. People are like, who's gonna be the first one to ever do it? A 13-year-old does it. He beats Tetris. So shout out to this kid. There you go.
How is that a conspiracy theory?
It's not a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe
how long was he playing for? Yeah. I wonder. He might have been an alien. How long was he playing for? It doesn't say.
Okay, so it says previously it was believed that only AI could reach the Tetris's final screen, but a teenager did it this week. It's never been done by a human before. We thought it was impossible until a few years ago.
Look at that.
So there you go. It was kind of a conspiracy theory because there's some people that were on the news, not conspiracy, it was kind of controversial, who were saying this 13-year-old needs to like get outside and touch grass, stuff like that. And so everyone was kind of pushing back away against that. But there you go. There was also a 16-year-old darts player who won something big this week. That's not in my stuff, but teenagers taking over.
Man, kids these days. I was in the line for Blaze Pizza a couple months back, and there was this kid that finished a Rubik's Cube in 13 seconds.
I've seen people can do that too.
And he was just sitting. It was not a competition. Like, it was not like I was at a middle school competition or anything. He was literally sitting at the Blaze lobby eating his pizza at the age of like middle school kid.
Just like
finished it in 13 seconds. Yeah.
Wow.
And I've still not done it without cheating. So without looking up the YouTube video. So here we are, age 30, getting schooled.
Yeah. What have you done with your life, Mason?
Nothing.
Start
really.
a
podcast.
50 episodes.
I'm the court jester of a podcast.
Put that on your resume from now on. 50 episode podcast host. Okay, 2 quick ones from now to finish up I have a lot of press releases today. Disney is suing to stop a Star Wars themed car wash called Star Wash in Chile. So shout out to these people. There's some entrepreneurs trying to make some money. Star Wash, they did so it's literally a Star Wars themed car wash. Disney said, sorry, you can't do that. Shut it down.
Shut it down.
What are we doing here, people?
Let the guy wash the cars in the Chewbacca
All he
costume.
wants to do is wash the cars, make some money.
Does Disney not have enough money?
You see people, there's like a guy dressed up as Boba Fett with like, it looks like a blaster, and it's like a hose to like wash off cars.
Come on.
That's pretty cool.
That's a pretty good idea. You got to be honest.
Let the kids have some fun.
Okay, lastly, Jack Black has been cast in the live-action Minecraft movie as one of the main characters. Minecraft movie? Maybe. So Jack Black's there. It could be fun, maybe. Who knows?
So, but it is all live action.
That's what I have seen. I do not know what that is going.
I don't know how that's going to work.
It should be like a horror movie. I feel like Minecraft turns into like a horror movie when it turns dark outside with like the with like all the
creepers running around and the spiders,
zombies, and the. Maybe it'll be like a horror movie. That'd be kind of fun. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it's going to work with live action. You're just running around with a sword, an axe, a shovel, a pickaxe.
I hope it's like the real game where it's like you have to start off with nothing and you just have to like run around chopping down trees for 30 minutes.
With your
hands. Like Jack Black just chopping down trees with his hands. What are we doing here? I don't understand.
We're running out of ideas. That's what we're doing. Also, Walt Disney Company worth $166 billion.
There you go.
They can't let these poor people have a car wash.
They also just lost. Well, they just lost Mickey Mouse. So.
Oh yeah.
To the public domain.
Public domain. The Steamboat Willie.
Yeah, be on the lookout for some Steamboat Willie horror movies also coming out in the near future.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
there are multiple in production already. That's not even a joke. That's real. Right next to the Winnie the Pooh horror movie that came out.
Blood and Honey, I believe, is what the name of that was.
Top tier content right there.
Who wouldn't want to watch that? Okay,
I mean, not me.
Try it.
So, moving into our next segment here. Shout out for the press releases, everybody. I'm sorry for having 10 of them. There's a lot of stuff in the news, big stuff happening.
Big week. We got aliens.
News.
We got Tetris being
Tetris.
Jack Black.
To an end. We had to talk about all of it. I couldn't leave any of it out. All right, Messin.
That's me.
Has a couple of segments for us. He's going to teach us some things. Do some trivia.
Yes. Yeah. So, one of them. Yeah. Let's just start with the trivia first.
Okay.
So, with it being the 50th episode, I was kind of brainstorming ideas, and I said, I don't know why, but it's always a topic at work or just like when you're out and about, you're like wondering how old a celebrity is, and then half the time you're usually shocked. Mm-hmm. So the game that I came up with is over under celebrity of the age of 50. Okay. So none of these are the age of 50. Okay. So I wanted to avoid like any over, under, or 50. So it's just over, under. I'm going to list off some celebrities, and I'm going to have you all guess, and then everybody at home or on the road or wherever you're listening to the 50th episode podcast, you can also guess. So let's start out with Tiger Woods. Over or under the age of 50 is Zacharoni. Oh, he is in shambles right now. He's trying to figure this out.
I'm trying to run some numbers in my head, you know.
Carry the one.
A son who's like 15 or 16. I'm going to say under.
Okay. Tinsley?
Yeah, I was going to say under.
He is 48.
Got him.
Got him. Nailed it. Keep up with your scores, by the way.
Because he's going to dominate the senior tour once he gets there.
All right, next one. Let's do Angelina Jolie.
Over.
I'm going over as well.
48.
Dang.
That is also under. All right. My brother's favorite Spider-Man of all time, Tobey Maguire.
I'm going to go under.
Over.
He is also 48.
God damn it.
All right, Tens is up 1.
Dang.
All right, next one. Let's go Ben Affleck. What do we think? Tens, you start us off.
I'm gonna go under.
Over.
And we have a tie game. Yes. The age is 51. Ben Affleck.
Pretty close to 50 there.
Yep. I was trying to get some right at there. Okay, let's go ahead and Nelly. It's hot in here. Nelly.
I'm going under.
Yeah, I'm going to go under.
49. The age of 49.
Wow.
All right, let's see. Let's go. So we have a tie game?
Yeah.
Tie game. Okay, let's go. Dwayne Johnson, The Rock.
The Rock.
It's not just a boulder. It's a rock.
I'm over.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go over.
51. That is over.
Dang.
You guys got it correct. Last one here. Mark Wahlberg.
Over.
I'm also over.
Oh, we finished with a tie game. Maybe I can look some more up and we can have.
I'll go. Wait.
No, it's over. Yeah, 52. Okay, over. You both picked over. 52. Okay.
Good work. Mark Wahlberg, my guy. He getting up at 2 a.m. every day for 52 years. Get his workouts in.
2 a.m. So does Tinsley.
That came out. I don't know. He released his daily schedule. It was like, go to bed at 7, get up at 2 to get your workout in. And then it's like 6 a.m. Do another workout. And then it's like, I don't know. His schedule is insanity. So there's no way to do this every day.
Is he on the same level as Mark Wahlberg? Just, schedule. I feel like Tinsley's busier than Mark Wahlberg. Yeah.
Well, part of his morning routine is, like Zach said, 2 different workouts. He also does golf. He golfs in the middle of the day.
You do that at UPS. Well, you don't do the golf, but you work out at UPS.
That's true.
Who's to say it's not the same? It could be equivalent.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the trivia. Now the fun thing, I was trying to think of what else to come up with a number 50, and so Tinsley thought this was a good idea. Hopefully, the fan base does. And that is, if you had to eat 50 of something, what would you eat? Or what could you, is there something that's more impressive of what you could eat? 50 of something. And so now we could kind of you could just explain if it's in one sitting or if it's if you could just, take a nap and then you eat 50 of these things in a row. So Tinsley,
what's I feel the most impressive thing you could eat 50 of?
Yes, in a row. All right, Tinsley.
So one sitting, probably Oreos.
I was thinking Oreos. I could definitely eat Oreos. I feel like I've done that. I'm going to be honest.
Double stuffed? Are we going that? Is that more? Is that the go-to? What's the go-to Oreos?
Off-brand Walmart brand. Off-brand Walmart cookies.
No, easy. Zach, those are terrible.
They are terrible.
You're only paying $1.75 for those, so.
That's it's like me and Macy's thing. If Morgan goes out or is at work or whatever, we eat Oreos. It's she whispers, she's like, "Are we gonna have Oreos if Mommy's gone?" So Oreos is our thing. We've been eating the chocolate peanut butter pie Oreos lately.
Ooh!
And let me tell you, They're fire. I could definitely eat 50 of those in a row.
Yeah, I could for sure.
No problem.
Is there like a Taco Bell item you could eat 50 of?
Like, not in one sitting, like in a row. That was your just accomplishment. We bought a 50 pack of something, yeah, and you had to do it like in a day or 2 days or something, a weekend. What would it be?
Probably the 5-layer burrito with no sour cream.
Holy, that's a lot of food. I was gonna go like Doritos Locos Taco.
Oh, that's easy. Tacos are easy.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I could do that. You know how heavy those 5-layer burritos are?
Yes,
well, 4-layer if you don't have the sour cream, it's a 4-layer.
Well, is a lot.
Well, I take the sour cream off and I add Chipotle sauce.
Oh, so we're back to 50 or 5-layer burrito. Okay.
Sometimes I add rice, so then it's a 6-layer.
You could. Let's actually test this one out because I don't know. There's no way 50.
You get through like 10, maybe you'd be like, I'm done. 50 is a big number.
I mean, how long do I have?
Let's say a weekend. You have a weekend.
I have a whole weekend to where the only thing I have to eat 50 of them.
Yeah,
in a 48-hour period.
Dude, I was thinking like
24 hours. One sitting.
Like you can't get up and do anything else till you've had 50 of them.
Yeah, and then I couldn't have 50.
Like an eating competition at a restaurant.
Okay, question. Could you do 50 wings in one sitting?
Yes.
I think I've done. There was an all-you-can-eat wings place here in Knoxville at one point that I went to, and I think I ate like 30 plus in one sitting. And I think if I like really pushed, I could do 50.
For sure. I know I could. Yeah. I do 20 like for like, and then I'm still hungry. Like I'll get 20 wings. You guys have seen it. I'm fat. I'll order 20 wings and still get another entree and eat it too.
This is true.
It's not good.
It's actually my favorite thing to like look forward to when we go out to eat because usually he'll order like 2 entrees and you have to look at the waiter or waitress because their reaction is usually kind of like, oh wait, because they were about to go to the next person. He's like, wait, I'm not done.
I think chicken nuggets you can do for sure as well. Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets, I could do 50.
Oh yeah, their nuggets aren't that big.
Back when we were a country, Wendy's used to have like a bucket of nuggets.
They still do. It's like
about 50 for
it was like $10 for 50 nuggets.
We should buy that. Oh, that's what we should have done. We should have each went and bought a 50-piece nugget.
Ate it during the podcast.
That'd have been funny. Dang it!
All right,
we really missed
the opportunity.
So whenever we do our live stream of us playing Fortnite, we'll buy one each, and we can't get off until we win or we eat all the nuggets.
This is a good idea.
We should actually follow through with, because we throw out ideas all the time. This one needs to be the one that we actually follow through with, because we're promising our fans something and then they're waiting around and they haven't got anything. So this might be a good idea. Man,
what if we did it during a big football game or something where we have to complete
the Super Bowl,
like 50 nuggets in the span of
the game,
the Super Bowl.
I like that.
We could just have updates throughout it. We don't have to stream the whole thing, but we could provide updates and then put it as part of an episode.
We got phones to do live. We could live stream it.
We could live stream it potentially.
Stream, and then maybe us watching the Super Bowl. We'll probably have some big bets. I know me and Messin will cook something up. So here we go. Put it in the file. We might have just stumbled on to our 100K subscribers.
Yeah,
I don't know. Way to achieve it. I can't talk.
Okay. I like that idea. I think it's a good idea for our 50th celebration, 50th episode.
Love it. Okay, I had a couple more random ones I wanted to ask you all. Okay, so this is a long story I'm making short. To learn about counting when I was in elementary school, you had to bring in 100 of something, and then you would have to lay it out on the floor and count as you did it. And some of the lazy parents, they would just bring in like 100 pack of something already, and it'd be like Q-tips, and the Q-tips would go all the way out in the hallway of the classroom where I had like 50 M&Ms or whatever. I was trying to think of something that was kind of like that, and I came up with foot roll up. What's the term? Well, what's the foot by the
fruit by the foot?
Yeah, there it is. Do you think you could do 50 of those where you just like have it land? Yeah. It's not like it's a long strip, but it's not, I don't feel like it's a lot of.
I could do that.
50 fruit by the, I can't even say it.
I could do 50 like packs of gummy, like 50
like
packs
gummy
of
fruit
like
snacks,
fruit
the
snacks.
Welch's.
I could do that
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah.
Could you do 50 fruit roll-ups tins?
Yeah. Sure could.
Easy money.
Do you remember when they had the tattoos on the tongue where they
Sick.
Okay, and then the other one was Tinsley is a huge Chunky Monkey fan. Could you do 50 big spoonfuls of Chunky Monkey in one sitting?
I thought you were gonna say 50 pints, and I was like,
No,
you'd die.
no, 50 spoonfuls of Chunky Monkey.
I don't know. I had 2 pints one time in one sitting. So
were they 25 scoops a pint? If so, maybe then you could probably do it.
Yeah, I could probably muscle through that one. It's food stuff is more. It's not even that I'm full. I get tired of eating. There has to be a problem with me because I'll eat like a full meal and should be full, and I'm still like, well, I just don't really want to eat anymore, but I'm still hungry.
I would eat more. My jaw is just sore from chewing so much.
Yeah, these are real things that have happened.
There you go. All right, that's my 2 segments I kind of came up with. So those were fun.
Good work, Mason.
Thank you, everybody.
50.
That's the number today.
So we're coming into the end of our show. We have 2 things left. We're gonna do a draft in a second, which will explain the very loose rules. Before we get to that, we thought it would be fun to look back at some of our previous draft performances. We're going to look back at some of our most memorable. We're not going to look at full drafts. The idea was thrown around to draft our old drafts, like do a draft of our previous drafts, which I thought was a good idea. My wife Megan was like, "Don't do that. I won't listen." So we decided to pull out a greatest hits of some of our most memorable moments from our draft so far. So Tins, you want to go? We'll just take turns here. We're just gonna take turns throwing out some moments.
All right. I think to this day, the worst pick that's ever been drafted on here is the Pharrell Rochelle chocolate as the number 1 Halloween candy that you get. There's not a household in America that's handing those things out. Not only is that not cost whatsoever, but kids are going to look at that and go, "What is
happening here?" Yeah.
Can I not have a Reese cup, please?
But also the fact that it's like a Christmas candy, I feel like it's like a seasonal, and you picked it for a Halloween candy draft.
They are at least at Walmart in the candy aisle at all times. I went and looked that same day or that same week we did the draft. They are like at the bottom. They're very expensive.
They're like a premium chocolate experience.
Yeah,
it's like over $1 for a piece of candy.
Yeah,
like per piece. So I don't know what neighborhoods you were trick or treating in, Mason.
No one's ever given one of those out for Halloween.
There's no way. There's just no way.
Okay, can I explain myself?
Yeah.
I know it was during Halloween, but on the document it said chocolate candy.
Mason.
So I went with chocolate. No, I just went with what was chocolate.
I'm not going to accept this rebuttal.
Should I find it? I'm going to go find the document. We have
I don't care what the doc says. It's just the fact that we were drafting best Halloween trick-or-treating candy. You just took it as best chocolate candy.
That's what I
it wasn't your first pick either. Every time I took a pick, I was like, all right, so this is like one of my favorite things to get when I'm trick-or-treating. So you were reaching and you're fighting and clawing for the answer to be right.
The same pod. Mason talked about microwaving chocolate.
I talked about leaving them in the car first.
I was looking back at some comments that we received on that draft, and it was funny. Mason was advocating for putting chocolate bars in the microwave to soften them up.
I think my favorite. He literally looked at us and said, "Guys, have you ever put a candy bar in the microwave for 5 seconds? Like that's a normal thing that people do." No one's ever thought of doing that.
Okay, how about the making the s'mores but in the microwave? I know that's a thing. You put your marshmallow and your Hershey bar in the microwave.
Blow up.
It does do that.
Sure, that's a thing. But what you're talking about doing is not a thing, and you know it.
People don't like melted candy bars. That's like the worst version of a candy bar.
You eat it with a spoon.
See, this is why the Messin character's coming back. I know he's in there. He didn't like all the heat he was getting, so he's toned it down. But the Messin bit is still alive and well.
Okay, what I did start out with was saying that I left caramel M&Ms in the car just for them to get a little like softer, and then it melts in your mouth.
Okay, but the microwave. You definitely said microwave.
I did say that later. That wasn't a draft pick though, but yes, that was something that was said.
It was said like everyone does it.
Moving on. My favorite moment from a draft was our road trip snacks draft. Number 1 overall, Messin. What did you pick?
I don't even know if I remember. The hot dog.
The gas station hot dog. Number 1 overall pick. Of all the things you could pick at a gas station.
You picked the hot dog on the
gas station hot dog on the rollers.
For 48 hours.
How do you reflect on that pick now, Mason? Because you had to eat one.
I did. We went to Pittsburgh.
Stand by your pick.
I do not stand by my pick. That was the worst. Yeah, that was the worst hot dog I've ever had in my life. It was definitely on. You all made the joke of it being on there for 12 hours. This one had no, it was dry. It was like eating cardboard. It had to be on there for 12 hours. I'm sure of it.
It was so bad that you got 2 hot dogs and put them in your butt instead of just the one. Messin is wanted for petty theft in the state of Ohio. Stole a hot dog.
Oh, a hot dog that he didn't even like. In the same draft, he also this is throwing this as extra. In the same draft, he picked Funyuns and then Airheads for his candy.
Mm-hmm.
I do love some Funyuns. Those are, I can't even pronounce it correctly. I put a G in there, but I
not
do love
as
those.
bad as the hot dog, but there are some head scratchers.
I feel like nobody wants to be in a car with me with Funyun breath, though. That would not be a fun for the driver. I apologize in advance because I could crush like 3 bags of those.
Okay, Tim, did you have anything else? Messin, did you have any draft picks you want to talk about?
I had one.
Yeah, Messin. Yeah, what do you got?
He has somehow been able to get away with this pick.
Oh, okay.
And I stand by this. And I feel like we can't let him get away with this. Back when we were a country, this could not be a pick. And now look at us now. We're making picks like this. And that would be the greatest thing about fall. And one of the picks was falling back daylight savings time where it gets dark before you even get off of work. All I hear at work is people complaining about how, oh my gosh, it's already dark. I didn't even get to see daylight. It's like a constant thing that I just hear people complaining about.
No, people don't see daylight, so do they drive blindfolded to your office? Do you work in a dungeon that people come there for 12 hours a day? Stop saying this. Stop saying it. I don't see daylight all day.
Factories probably do. I know, but you didn't get to go sit outside in the daytime.
I see daylight.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, listen.
What do you sit outside?
It's not fun. Okay, it's not fun when you get off of work and it's dark. That's horrible. Zach, back me up.
I agree. I think.
Thank you.
Now, regardless of the time change, it's always going to get darker earlier as it gets to this time of year, which we're back towards the days getting longer.
We're
now,
back,
so
baby.
Classes have full at this point. But it's pretty terrible. Whenever you get up on your way to work, it's like the sun is not really up yet. On your way home, it's already going down. It's like you don't really get to enjoy if you're working a full day. It's pretty much the schedule is pretty much set up where you don't get any free time where it's sunny outside.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you.
Listen, I know it's a bad
worst
pick.
thing about fall.
It was one of the worst. Okay. It was one of the last picks of the draft.
It was late. It was a reach for sure.
It was a reach. It was like 4th or 5th round. We were driving while I picked that pick as well to Pittsburgh.
Oh, yeah,
I might mind you guys.
He was driving.
I was driving through Cincinnati.
Yeah.
And I picked it based off of you get an hour's worth, extra hours of sleep, which I thought that would have been Mason's. He would have loved
that one day.
My mojo, because I do like sleep.
That's true.
No. Okay.
But no,
Okay.
I know it's a bad pick. But you can take a chance on a 5th round pick. You're over here in the 1st round taking things like
that's Mason's biggest
hot dog.
Fault. Yeah.
Or Taco Bell nacho fries is the best fries around. Another terrible pick of yours.
There's another thing, another 1st round pick I picked, and you guys were shocked, and then I lost it. I don't know what
Mason
it was.
had 1 of 1 for like 3 weeks in a row, and
I did like so much stress. It's a lot. I never won.
There's some pretty obvious picks in my mind, and Mason always.
Was it a Christmas movie? What did I botch? Was it a Christmas song? I don't know.
Okay, that was my other one. I was going to bring up was Christmas song.
Okay.
So Mason, do you remember any of your Christmas songs you picked?
I just remember that I picked. I wish I could take it back. I was just trying to get votes, and it was a Taylor Swift one. I did. Okay, Correct. We do listen to Light Rock
Christmas Tree Farm.
Yeah, we listen to Light Rock at work, and so literally like the day after Thanksgiving, they change it over, and that one does play like constantly. But I think it's just they play it for the Swifties. But that one I wish I could take back.
Well, do you remember your pick before that as well?
I do not.
Something real quick.
Oh, no, I did not.
12 Redneck Days of Christmas. That was also an elite pick from you.
I was trying to cater to the masses here. I was trying to get the people that like enjoyed that song.
Yeah.
It's a Jeff Foxworth.
They're out there.
That's something that he's famous for. Yeah. Okay. Well, not a whole lot of them, apparently. Yes, Tins, go ahead.
Maybe the worst 1 of 1 draft pick ever in the history of snake drafts. Not even on this podcast, but every podcast that's ever lived. Stuffing on the Thanksgiving draft.
Oh, that was the one. That was the one that I got roasted.
Jason received 9% of the votes on Instagram on that one, and none of his fan club backed him up on Facebook either that time.
I got turkey and ham for that.
Just an all-around terrible draft from Mason there. Stuffing, gravy, rolls, sweet potato casserole, and deviled eggs. What a Thanksgiving plate.
You really after that first pick, I feel like it wasn't bad compared because we took off a lot of the really high stuff. But I feel like you did pretty good with what you had left. But
thank you. I had no proteins
You missed out on turkey, ham, and mac and cheese and mashed potatoes because you took – I mean, stuffing's not bad, but it's definitely not 1 of 1 for sure.
Not even close.
That was – I thought for sure you were picking turkey or ham 1. And then when you said stuffing, I was like, what is happening?
Turkey gets so much complaints about it being dry meat, and a lot of people. We talked about this holidays. People, I know, I should have went with ham. Everybody changes off the traditional because a lot of people actually don't like turkey that much. So I thought it was not going to be a 101. So it's in the middle for me. I'm not crazy about it, but that's previous pod talk. But yes,
that was some good highlights from previous drafts there.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it. Appreciate all the love.
Good work, Mason.
Thank you.
Okay, so we're going to quickly wrap up the episode with a very interesting draft today. It's going to be short and sweet. We're not going to take our time because it's kind of just a fun one. But so we are drafting a person, a place, and a thing. The only criteria is you have to be able to connect it back to 50 somehow. So 50, in some way, you need to be able to make a good argument that it's connected to the number 50 in some way, shape, or form. A person, a place, and a thing.
Okay.
Mason, you feeling good?
I'm going to be, yes, best draft ever.
Ooh.
Okay, let it here first, folks. You heard him.
All right. I would need this 101 so bad.
There is a 101, I think. Okay, here we go. The wheel? 10 says I think there is.
No. Oh my goodness! Zach just got it, and he just.
It's very loud. Sorry, that's my app. Okay, who's next?
Gotta be me. Let's go.
Mason is second. 10's on the turn. So,
I'll take it.
Now we have an interesting situation here, huh?
I'm really confused about what's the obvious one of one? Because
Okay, here's my
You're about to find out.
one. My one of one place. These United States of America.
Yep,
And these
that's
United
it.
50 states.
That's the one I wanted to
50
take.
states?
Oh, no. I'm saying oh no, like that was gonna be my thing. 50 things. 50
Sorry.
states.
50 states and their places.
Dang it.
Okay. That's my one of one.
Do you want to like explain any of that? Because I'm trying to figure out my pick.
So here in the United States, we're made up of these things called states, and there are 50 of them.
Good job.
And that's why I picked it.
All right, beautiful. I'm probably gonna not be allowed to do this, but I'm gonna go with thing, and it's the American flag. 50 stars.
Mason, what do those stars represent, you think?
Each state.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I don't know.
You're getting vetoed. I'm not gonna let you do it.
I don't know how.
Not bad, but
that was my one, man. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm not. That's so awful. Let's. Thank you.
It's your first pick, Mason.
Let's go with. Dude, I don't even know. That was the one that I had, and you stole it from me.
Oh, that's funny.
I literally have 50, and then I have United States of America. Okay, let's go with. This is gonna be so bad. Disney's Robin Hood turned 50 this year.
Wow.
So is that your thing?
Shout out.
No, it's not my thing. I'm looking, and that's all I could come up with. So Disney's Robin Hood turned 50.
But it's not your thing?
Oh, it's my thing. Yeah.
Okay, that's his thing.
There you go.
Okay, Mason, you've got 2 picks to find out your next pick. So
thank you.
All right, Tins.
All right, I'm going to go with person.
Yep.
And I'm going to go with Denzel Washington.
Is he 50 years old?
He's on the list of 50-year-old actors, so I don't know.
There you go.
There's no way he is 50.
I think you found like a 50 or older list.
Yeah, now that I'm looking at the list a little more.
He was born in 1954.
Oh my gosh.
He's
all right.
Almost 70.
All right, so we're going to go with place real quick because I have that, and we're going to go with the Sydney Opera House.
Oh, good pick.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, that was one I found on there.
It was on my list as well.
That's fun. It's cool. I don't know what I would never really go, but
it was no. All I remember it from is from it's in Finding Nemo.
Okay, here we go. Now I've got a list for you boys.
Uh-oh.
Oh, this list is significantly worse than that one I was on.
The actors who turned 50 last year?
Yep. This list kind of...
They're not... And
I looked at the same list.
We're going to go with Dave Chappelle.
Wow.
Very funny, hilarious stand-up comedian. Great, funny TV show. Dave Chappelle.
He is 50, in fact. Can confirm. All right, Mason, you're up.
And my next pick that I'm going to go with is, let's see, I'm going to go with Sears Tower in Chicago, Illinois. It was the, thank you, everybody, tallest building in the world at the time it was built. Not anymore, right, Zach?
Yeah, I think I got taken over at some point by Empire State Building. I don't think either of them are. I don't think it's in the United States anymore. I think it's maybe in Dubai, the world's largest tower. I think it's maybe the Burj Khalifa. Could be wrong on that. I don't know. But Sears Tower, good pick. Good pick, Mason.
Thank you.
All right, here we go. My 2 picks. I'm taking for my thing the movie 50 First Dates. That's my thing.
That's a good one.
50 First Dates, a very funny movie with Adam Sandler, obviously losing his memory and going on many dates. Very funny romantic comedy. That's a classic. And for my person, I had some options here. Almost picked my guy Andrew Lincoln from Walking Dead. He also turned 50. Shout out. I'm going to take instead from the $50 bill Ulysses S. Grant, who is featured on the $50 bill.
Wow.
That's a little creative.
He did so well on this. Dang. And I did not get creative at all. I was struggling. Okay. So am I down to my person?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to go Adam Scott turned 50, actor of Parks and Rec. Adam Scott. 50
I really
years
thought
old.
about trying to find an athlete whose number was 50. There's not that many of them.
Yeah.
David Robinson. That was like the biggest one that I found who had the number 50.
I looked it up as well.
It's a big linebacker number.
Not a lot of famous linebackers out there, huh?
Not like good linebackers.
Okay.
There you go.
Pick.
Tins.
All right, I'm going to go with the standard pack of pepperoni pizza rolls. They come in 50 counts. They do have a bigger version, but the standard that you buy is 50. So 50. Pizza rolls. It's hard to beat a good Tostito pizza
50
roll.
Pizza rolls.
I think I could eat 50 of them suckers.
I feel like I could probably eat 50 pizza rolls as well.
They are delicious and they are nutritious.
Bingo. Perfect
after school snack. Some Tostitos pizza rolls.
Mason, you eat 50 pizza rolls?
I think not in one sitting. No.
He would eat 5 and then wait 30 minutes and heat up another 5.
That is true. He's more of a small batch kind of eater.
He eats a lot, but it's just in small doses, but throughout the whole day.
True.
It's true.
All right. Well, that's a draft, everybody. A short draft for today. Thank you for listening. To all of our listeners, sincerely, we appreciate you guys listening to us. 50 episodes down. We have no plans on slowing down. We're going to keep the content rolling. We have a weekend preview coming up on Friday. Big, obviously, if you're listening to this on Monday, National Championship is tonight. So we'll be breaking all of that down. We'll be talking about how Washington beat Michigan, blew them out. Just
please
poke them. So shout out to the Huskies, national champions. Beyond that, we hope you guys have a great week and be on the lookout for our 50 nugget eating competition Super Bowl. We're gonna look into that.
Yeah,
we're gonna make that happen. Or we can do pizza rolls too. I think that would also be fun.
Ooh, that might be better. I might like that idea better.
Okay, we're gonna think about it. We'll think on it. All right, have a great week, everybody. We will see you next time.